Welcome to SC Custom Designs, where we're making a desk. I'm calling it the COVID-19 desk because I'm making a desk in the season of COVID-19, which has pretty much kicked the whole world's butt. Okay, so thankfully, hopefully by spring we'll be done with this, a little bit beyond, but whatever. So please wear your masks whenever you can, whenever you really need to. All right. So we are at the stage where we have cut out the stock and then put dovetail in pins on the oak stock. This is going to be my drawer. And so at this point, we need to make a cavity in the bottom to receive the bottom of the drawer. And really a real efficient way of doing that is with your router. So this is the Bench Dog Tools Pro Top. Doesn't hurt that much, the payment that to get this unit. And so far it's been working out for me. Next to it is this horizontal router table that I haven't even used yet. Because, well, I just haven't had the need just yet. But when the need comes, it's going to be way safer than your traditional router table where the bit is coming up like this, okay, vertical. All right, so really all you need to know when you're making the cavity in the pieces of the drawer is that two of them you're going to be able to run right through with no problems. And what I mean by that is visually speaking, versus if you ran through the tails part, that's exposed. And that's the beauty of dovetails, is the way they look and the way they work. So what I'm going to do is come over here like so and just set it down so that I am on the inside of the tail. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. I already have the bit set at the proper depth. I think I'll start off with cutting the cavity in the dovetail boards, because I'm going to need a greater level of concentration so I don't mess it up. So everything is all set to go here. I highly recommend dust collection if you've got dust collection. This here is the Jet Vortex cone, and it sucks up to down to 5 microns of dust. Now that's the dust that can kill you. So the big dust, we don't really, not that big of a deal, right? Those finer chips. But so I highly recommend that. Plus, your router is going to thank you. And the cavity inside of here is going to thank you. I'm going to pull that dust away. Sometimes I don't bother because I don't bother because I'm being lazy. All right, so that's really all we're going to do in this episode. This is episode 7 or 8. Please go back to the beginning of the series called the COVID-19 desk series. Somebody made a joke. They said, "Do you make a flu desk?" So there you go. All right, I think, my Lord, you want ear protection. This is loud. So you might want to turn your volume down, although I noticed the phone cuts the noise back a little bit. But I have my dust collector right next to the phone to make sure it doesn't knock it over. So I am listening to my subscriber base. I mount my camera now. It's, if at all possible, I mount the camera. All right. Oh, another tip. When it comes to operating a router in this, okay, you want to get a foot switch. And that's essentially going to allow you to stay safe during this operation. Because you think about it, you're not pushing through stock with one hand, you've got two hands, and you're concentrating. The last thing you need to worry about is turning the thing off. So I would have to reach inside of here and turn it off. That doesn't sound like a good plan at all. So that's why I have the foot switch, to keep my hands. And you can take the foot switch over to your bandsaw, over to your drill press, those types of operations where your hands need to stay safe. All right, let's try not to knock the camera over. even with that dust collection, with this particular unit, there's still a decent amount of dust down there, chips, but you do what you can. Gotta watch the bag doesn't hit the camera. And let's make sure we're still rolling. We are. Okay, so some things were going through my mind when I was operating the unit. And that is, it's very critical that you feed the stock through the bit in the correct direction. You may be tempted not to even think about that, or you're not thinking about that. But if you went this way, what is going to happen to the stock? What's going to happen is it's going to try to shoot it this way. I've also had situations when I quite honestly wasn't paying attention. I was not really thinking it through. What happened was my board jumped, and it caused damage to the piece, and it caused damage to you too. Now look, I have things like this, and I highly recommend you get them. Feather boards. Okay, so these slide directly into the channel. So whatever unit you have, they're probably going to sell, feather boards, and that way I could have completely, I would have had that much more control. So I could have had one on the out feed side and the in feed side. But I've been using the unit long enough to know what to expect. So coolio. So now we have the cavities out of here, and we'll stop the video. I'm trying to think of anything else that you might want to know about having a router table. They're very, 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 very convenient for things like this. Can you do that on a table saw? Yep. Although you'd have to finish the last part of it with chisels, because you can only get so close to the edge. So there you go. Once again, this is a brilliant idea to have something like this. And when you're done with the tool, unplug it. Unplug it, please. What else? Yeah, I think that's all we're going to talk about now. Please consider, if you like, subscribe to my channel. We have 800 plus videos now on a variety of subjects, and whatever you can see in this view here, I probably did a video on it, as well as tools around the shop and certain techniques, so on and so forth. I love working in the wood shop. Looking forward to retiring and or working full-time for myself. SC Custom Designs. But you just never know what life's going to throw at us, you know what I mean? But definitely love working on tools. I learned to my woodworking technique, the basics, when you're using all hand tools in Israel. I learned to speak Hebrew and how to work with the tools. So that I just have had a love. What a place to learn that, in Jerusalem of all places, huh? So, all right, thanks for watching. I'm going to say my goodbyes. Having lived overseas, I can say it in a few languages. Zaijin, that's Mandarin, mainland Mandarin, a little different than Taiwanese Mandarin. Tutsins, that's Afrikaans, for see you later, something like that. Shalom v'chag, goodbye and peace upon you. In Hebrew, masalami in Arabic, and goodbye in English. Take care, man. Stay safe out there. Wear your mask, please. We ain't over this yet.